The economy is showing signs of renewed life lately. Tonight, we're taking a look at the business climate here on the island. Are companies hiring and are entrepreneurs able to secure that capital needed to start that new business venture? Joining me now is Rob Basso, the founder of Advantage Payroll Services of Freeport and author of The Everyday Entrepreneur. I just want to plug your book real quickly. I read it last time you were here. You gave me a copy. It was really nice.
Thank you.
It's a great book. It's a good read.
Appreciate it.
Let's start off with the unemployment figures. There's a trend going down here on the island. It seems to be months and months and months. What are small businesses seeing? What are you seeing on the island?
Well, even though that the rate is 6.9% here on Long Island, the rate for New York State is at 8% and 8.3% nationally. I think the challenge is people see the numbers coming down in Long Island, but that doesn't really show exactly what's going on. What's happening are some of the people that aren't even looking for work anymore are actually included in those numbers, are not included in those numbers. So the reality is the unemployment rate is really higher than the official numbers are showing. So I think there's a false sense of security happening right now.
Now, are there industries where we're seeing some job growth? And if so, what are those?
Yeah, I spoke to the president of a company called ProCare USA, and they're in the staffing business specifically for the medical and nursing field. And they say a perfect storm has been created. Basically, there are fewer people graduating from nursing school, but there's an aging population. Right. They literally have to import nurses from out of state into Long Island to fill positions, and they are growing like crazy. They literally have so much demand that they can't fill the spots.
Well, it seems like there's also the government's trying to interject some programs to help with the job growth and job creation. Long Island's a big small business island, so I mean that's something that really feels the effects when they do that. What are some of the programs that are helping small business actually create jobs?
Well, here's where I have a difference of opinion about what these programs are supposed to be doing. I mean, you know, the government is putting programs in place, and part of the challenge is they're not directed to the right individuals. Right. The bottom line is when you tax small and medium-sized business owners at a very high rate and keep monies out of their pocket, they're not going to invest back in their business. That all comes into presidential politics in the election, which is going to be taking place very shortly. One side of the House feels one way and the other side feels the other way. It's all going to play out on a national scale, but it makes a big difference here. More money in business owners' pockets means more jobs for people on Long Island.
Okay, well, let's take the payroll tax cut extension. Is that good for job creation?
Okay. I don't think it's great for job creation. What I think it does is puts more money in consumers' pockets. Our GDP is basically based on 70% by consumer spending. So the reality is, if you put more money in individuals' pocket, the theory is that will trickle down and each business will grow. The reality is it's a Band-Aid on a much larger problem that we have, not only in Long Island, but in the nation as a whole. And I think it's a stopgap measure. And whoever gets elected, I believe that this payroll tax holiday will be over, even though they've extended it through 2012.
Okay, well, let's kind of give an overall picture of the small business again on Long Island. Are they seeing an improved economy, or are they still struggling here?
I think there's significant improvement, and especially with people's attitude. I think they feel better. The stock market is soaring over 13,000. This puts a good feeling inside people's brains about when they go to work every single day, feeling good about things that are happening around them. And a lot of what happens in business is just sentiment. A lot of it is not necessarily based in reality. So if people feel better, they'll go out and spend more. They'll feel better about it. The weather's been beautiful in Long Island. It has had an impact on the way the economy moves. Literally, if we have 3 feet of snow, it's really not going to be great except for those plow people. In fact, our local budgets here are probably feeling a surplus for the local Nassau and Suffolk regions because we're not spending all that money on plowing. That's all good for the economy.
Okay, well, let's move to the big important topic, venture capital.
Yeah.
Are people finding it easier to get venture capital to invest in small businesses and to be entrepreneurs here on the island, or is it, and if so, where can they go?
Well, if you look at the last quarter of 2011, about 3 companies grabbed about $20 million in VC money. It was a total of about $45 million for 2011. It should be $150 million here on Long Island. Yeah. We are way behind the mark. Although the numbers aren't strong yet for 2012, I feel pretty confident. In fact, if they want to find the right places to get money, there are organizations which can really help them. Actually, Nassau County has an organization. They partnered up with a gentleman named Brian Freed. It's the Nassau County Entrepreneurs and Inventors Club, which meets all the time very regularly to put people in front of individuals that can help them find capital. There's also the Long Island Alliance Group, which meets regularly to help get people in front of the people they need to grow their businesses. We're actually hosting an event which I created called Venture Pitch, and it's actually taking place place March 15th, where we're trying to connect entrepreneurial genius to venture capital. And we hope that people attend.
Okay. Well, we're going to put all that information on our website so
Great.
people can get that information. We appreciate you coming on and sharing your time. As always, again, it's a great book that you have, so people should go ahead and buy that when they get a chance.
Thanks,
Thank you
Tom.
very much.